So that hasn't happened before. I got a phone call in the middle of recording that I had to take. So this piece is squared up, but if it wasn't, if I hadn't been interrupted and had to start over, we would be lining up the center diagonal of our square with the straight line on our ruler to make sure we're straight, and our 1/4 inch mark along the edge with the very tippy point of the square and square inside. And once we get that lined up, we're going to take our first cut. Pretend I cut something there. Woo! I'll even pretend to scoot it off. And then rotate it. And we are going to line up here. And there isn't a nice center on these, which is why we're squaring up. They come out to be like 4 3/4, just short of. So again, line your center line up. And when I say just short of, like a thread or 2 short of. Your 1/4 inch line on your edge, cut your second side. You're going to rotate it so that now you're 2 cut sides. And then we're going to trim the other uncut sides the exact same way. Line a line up between the 2 points so that's running through the center. Your 1/4 inch line on your ruler right on the tippy point and trim. Rotate and trim. So then we get our square and our square trimmed. We are going to move into our corner units, the D, E, and H fabric, C, D, and H fabric. So to do that, we've got to get our E fabrics into the template shape. So you totally can cut out that template, put it on your fabric, and cut. I chose to cut 8 3 7/8 inch strips. And because they're not batiks, they're not double-sided, I'm going to take 2 of those and right sides together because they have to be mirror images of each other. So 2 of those right sides together, I'm going to set them down like that. Is that how I did it? It's always awkward to cut these. Yes. And then my ruler has a 45-degree line right down the middle. So I'm going to line that line up along the long edge of my fabric strip with the points lined up exactly. So let me push this up here. So my 45-degree line is along this back edge of the fabric, and my tippy point of my ruler is at the tippy point of my rectangle. And I'm going to cut that little dog ear off. And so what I end up with is 2 pieces just like that. They're mirror images of each other because we need one on each side. And I'm going to do that for all 4 sets of those fabrics. So I'm going to line again, right sides together. I'm going to line my 45-degree line, the line that goes right down the center of your square ruler, up with the long edge. My very corners are exactly touching each other, and I'm going to cut off that corner. And ta-da! So then I will lay out my little corner unit. I have my D fabric, my E fabric, my background square H, and then we have the C. And the C is kind of funny. It lines up like that. So you can see, see, I'm so funny. My kids hate it when I do that. That I've got my unit lined up. Let's make it so that you can see it. There you go. And this, I'm going to line all 4 of them up like this. I'm going to sew them exactly like this. I'm going to sew these units together, these units together, these units together, and then add my triangles. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to work on these 2 units, and I will come back and show you those together, and then we'll add all the red to the outsides. You are smart enough to figure this out. I have total confidence in you, but that's just how I guess instructional videos go. So I'm going to pause and I will be back with the center 2 sets ready to put together.